Thanks for joining me today. Like any new exercise program, it can come with risks, so please contact your physician before starting. And remember to like us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Now let's begin. Go ahead, you can start lying down on your mat with your knees bent and your feet flat. I'm going to start seated as I just lead you through some breath work. But go ahead, get comfortable on your mat. If you need a pillow underneath your head, if your head feels a little too far back, go ahead and place a pillow underneath your head. Otherwise, we won't need any other props for today's class. We're going to start with the breath. So go ahead and inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. As you inhale through your nose, you want to expand your rib cage three-dimensionally, breathing into the sides and the back, not just the front. As you exhale, feel the ribs come back together and relax back down. Inhale, breathing three-dimensionally into the rib cage. Exhale and feeling the rib cage come back together. Inhale, breathing three-dimensionally into the rib cage. And exhale, feeling the ribs come back together. Keep moving with this breath. If I'm moving too fast or too slow, go at a pace that works for you as you focus on your breath. Moving on with that same rib cage breath, I want you to think about your diaphragm as it connects to that bottom rib. And as you inhale and breathe three-dimensionally into your rib cage, visualize that diaphragm drawing down with air. And as you exhale, the diaphragm comes up as the ribs come together. So inhale and breathe three-dimensionally into your rib cage, feeling the diaphragm draw down. And as you exhale, the diaphragm draws up as the ribs come back together. Try that a couple more times. Inhale, breathing three-dimensionally into the rib cage, feeling the diaphragm draw down. And as you exhale, feeling the diaphragm or visualizing it drawing up as the ribs come back together. One more time. Inhale, breathing three-dimensionally into the rib cage, visualizing the diaphragm drawing down. Exhale, diaphragm draws up as the ribs come back together. Good. We're going to take that breath a little deeper now. So focus more on your pelvis like a bowl, and you're going to think about filling up your pelvic bowl with air, just like you filled up your rib cage. So you're going to inhale, still in the back of your mind, feel that rib cage expanding three-dimensionally, but also start to breathe down deep into that pelvis, filling it up with air. And as you exhale, visualize that air drawing back up as the diaphragm lifts. Inhale, breathing down into your pelvis. And exhale, feeling that air draw back up. Another cue there as you exhale is feeling your internal organs draw up behind your belly button. We're trying to access the pelvic floor muscles and your deep abdominal muscles with this cueing. So inhale, breathing down into your pelvis. And as you exhale, feel like your organs are drawing back up behind your belly button, up towards your rib cage as the diaphragm lifts as well. So bringing that all together, inhale, breathing into the rib cage, into the diaphragm, into the pelvic bowl, down towards your tailbone. And as you exhale, feeling that air draw back up, those abdominals scoop back up at the same time the diaphragm does. Inhale, breathing three-dimensionally into the rib cage and down into the pelvis, down towards your tail. Exhale, drawing up through the pelvic floor and the abdominals and the diaphragm as you exhale. One more time. Inhale, breathing three-dimensionally into the rib cage and into the pelvis. And as you exhale, feeling that lift of those abdominals as you exhale. Now we're going to add some movement with that. So I'll lie down with you. So again, your arms are long at your sides, your knees are bent, your feet are grounded. You want them to be hip-width apart. As you inhale, you're going to be more in a neutral position with that natural curve in your back. As you exhale, you're going to draw up those abs as you draw your lower back into the mat. Inhale, rock back into neutral. And exhale, feel those abdominals scoop upwards as you press your lower back into an imprint. Inhale. If you've done this before, go ahead and over-exaggerate the neutral, creating more of an arch in your back. And exhale, imprint. Inhale, neutral, or arch a little further past. And exhale, imprint, feeling those abdominals draw up. So really try to add the breath to this movement here. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Go ahead and hug both knees into the chest. Maybe rock your knees from side to side, massaging your lower back. We're we're going to move into the leg and footwork abs. Now with your Pilates practice, if you have some neck issues, you might want to keep your head down on the mat. But if you are okay with curling up, you're going to curl up to the tips of your shoulder blades. So go ahead, exhale, curl up to the tips of the shoulder blades. Interlace your hands behind your head. Turn out your thighs, knees, and feet. So you're in Pilates V with your feet flexed today. Inhale, extend the legs out long. Exhale, scoop the abs as the knees come in. Inhale, breathing down into your feet. Exhale, scooping the belly. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, breathing down. Exhale, scooping up. Inhale, breathing down. Exhale, scooping up. One more time here. Inhale and exhale. Bring your knees and feet together. Point your toes this time. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, breathing down. Exhale, scooping those abs up. Inhale and exhale. Three more. Inhaling, exhale, scooping the abs. Two more. And last time. And relax it down. Just take your head from side to side, relaxing your neck. We're going to move into the 100 now. As we beat the arms and take our 5 inhales and 5 exhales, remember to breathe down into the ribs, down into the pelvis, and exhale. Feel that lifting of those abdominals with your 5 exhalations. Again, this also can be done with your head down. So if you're starting to get it too much into your neck, put your head down and do the same work from lying on your back. If you're going to curl up, go ahead, exhale, curl up. Arms long at your sides, legs in tabletop. 5 inhales. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you'd like to extend your legs straight up to the ceiling, you can. Or if you'd like to reach your legs out long on an angle, you can. So listen to your body. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. Keep going. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing down into your hips. And exhale, feeling that belly scoop up. Inhale, breathing down. And exhale, scooping those abs back up. Inhaling down for 5 and exhale back up. Feeling that lift of those abdominals last time, breathing down and scooping back up. Go ahead and relax all the way down. Rock yourself up to a seated position with your knees bent and your feet flat for our modified roll downs. Very important to keep your feet grounded because remember, if the feet lift off the mat, you might be getting into your quads and your hip flexors, and then you're really not building that abdominal strength. So keeping those feet grounded. The first 2 that I'll do will be showing a half roll down. Then I'll show a full roll down, keeping my knees bent. For those of you who know, you can also do your full roll downs with your legs straight. So if that's part of your Pilates practice, go ahead and do that. Knees bent, feet flat, sitting up nice and tall, arms forward with the shoulder blades down. Ground those feet. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, scoop the belly inward and upward as you roll back only as far as you can keep your feet grounded. Inhale, hold. Exhale, scoop the abs as you curl all the way over your legs. Inhale, stack up. Exhale, scoop the belly as you roll back. Inhale, hold. Exhale, scoop the abs as you curl forward. Inhale, stack up. And again, exhale, scoop the belly, rolling down halfway, or if you can roll down all the way, keeping your feet grounded, do that. Inhale. And exhale, curling back up and over those legs, keeping those feet down. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, scoop the belly inward and upward as you roll back. Inhale. And exhale, keeping those feet grounded as you come back up. It gets hard. 1 more time. Inhale. And exhale, scoop the abdominals, rolling down halfway or all the way. Inhale and exhale, curling back up and over. Good. Now, if you were only doing a half roll down, you are going to roll all the way down. We're going to do rollover prep next. Inhale, sitting up tall. Everyone's going to roll all the way down to your mat. When you get to the bottom, you get to hug your knees into the chest. Option 1 is to have the legs in tabletop. Option 2, if your hamstrings are stretched out enough this morning, you can have your legs straight. Okay, I'm going to demonstrate the first couple with my knees bent. You can go ahead and keep your legs straight if you're ready to be there. Keep those shoulders back and down. We don't want to feel this in the head, neck, and shoulders. You're going to inhale, lower your legs just a couple inches, and then using those low abs, you're going to exhale and curl your hips off the mat. Inhale, slowly come down, and exhale, curl. Inhale, slowly come down, and exhale, curl. Keep going. Inhale, lower the legs. Exhale, scoop the belly, curl. 4 more on your own timing. Inhale and exhale. You want your toes pointed on this one. You want to keep your shoulders back and down, and you don't want to be throwing your butt into the air. You want to make sure you're trying to have a smooth dynamic with this movement. That's what will build those core muscles. One more time. Moving into the leg circles. You're going to go ahead, hug your right knee into your chest, stretch your left leg out long on the mat, flex that left foot. Go ahead, circle your right ankle to the right, and reverse. Grab underneath your right hamstring. Inhale, stretch it up, and exhale, relax. Inhale, flex and stretch, and exhale, relax. This time we're going to hold it up there. You're going to flex and point through that right ankle joint. If you're feeling really tight in your legs and hips this morning, it might be a good modification to bend your left knee and plant your left foot flat on the ground. Otherwise, you're going to keep your left leg straight with your left foot flexed, with your left toes and your left knee straight up to the ceiling. Everyone's going to point their right foot. Arms come down by your sides. Press those shoulders back. We're going to keep the hips stable and the shoulders stable. Just the leg is going to move in the hip socket. Inhale, take that right leg across your midline. Exhale, circle it down and around. Inhale, right thigh across the midline. Exhale, circle down and around. Inhale across. Exhale, circle, pause at the top. 2 more. Inhale, exhale. 1 more time this direction. Now we're going to reverse. Inhale away from the midline. Exhale, down and around. Now remember your Pilates breathing. Exhale, scooping those abs. Inhale, exhale, scooping those abs. 2 more, feeling that belly draw inward and upward, supporting your back. And then go ahead and hug that right knee into the chest. Switch the legs. Hug the left leg in, stretch the right leg out long. Go ahead and circle that left ankle, get out any pops and cracks this morning. Go ahead, grab underneath that left hamstring. Inhale, stretch it up, and exhale, relax. Inhale, flex and stretch. And relax. 1 more time. Hold it up there, flex and point. If you need to modify, bend that right knee by placing the foot flat on the floor. Otherwise, keep the right leg straight with the right foot flexed. Everyone's going to point the left foot. Arms are going to come down by your sides. Press those shoulders back. Inhale, bring the left thigh across the midline. Exhale, circle down and around. Inhale across. Exhale, down and around. Inhale. And exhale, using that breath to initiate the movement of the leg. 1 more time. And reverse. Inhale away, exhale down and around. Inhale away from the midline, exhale down and around. Just 3 more. And 2. Last one. Go ahead, hug that knee into the chest. Hug both knees in, rock yourself up to seated. Getting ready for rolling like a ball. So, arms forward, shoulders down, curl your tail under and walk those feet in. You're going to balance on the back of your hips. You're going to bring 1 leg up, bring the second leg up, but grab on your shins. Shoulders down, elbows a little lifted, and slightly nod your chin towards your chest. Now you're more than welcome to just stay here and practice your Pilates breathing, especially breathing into your back. Otherwise, if you're ready to roll like a ball, you're going to inhale, breathe into that lower back, roll towards your shoulder blades, exhale, come up, balance behind those sits bones. Inhale and exhale, massaging your spine. Inhale and exhale, massaging that spine. Inhale, exhale, scooping the belly. Inhale and exhale. Have fun with this one. Inhale and exhale. 2 more. Last time. Let's take a stretch. Bring the bottoms of your feet together and just stretch forward. Or if you'd like to just reach your legs straight out in front of you and stretch, you can do that too. So just take a moment to stretch, doing what feels good. We're going to move into the stomach series, which is 5 ab exercises in a row. So remember, it is for your abs. So if you start to feel it in other areas of your body, you might just want to take a break and join us on the next one. Or you can perform the first 4 with your head down. So just kind of listen to your body and do what you can. The first one is single leg stretch. So you're going to go ahead and roll all the way down onto your back. You're more than welcome to keep your head down. If you're going to curl your head up, exhale, curl your head up. Everyone's going to hug the right knee in and extend the left leg out long. The breath is inhale right, inhale left, exhale right, exhale left. Inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. 2 more sets. And last set. Bend both knees in, stay curled up, double leg stretch. You're going to inhale, reach. Exhale, circle your arms, hug the knees in. Inhale, reach, and exhale, circle. Inhale, reach. Now, if you're curled up, you want to stay curled up here. We're not bobbing up and down. You're staying up on the tips of your shoulder blades. 2 more. Last time. Scissors. Right leg up, reach up towards that foot, not behind the knee. Extend the left leg long, shoulders down, pulse the bottom leg. Inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. Get the nice hamstring stretch out of this one. It feels good. Inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. You can also do it with your head down. If you're tighter in your hamstrings, you might need to grab behind your hamstring rather than up by your foot. 2 more sets. And last set. Bring both legs up, put your head all the way down, arms down at your sides, press your shoulder blades back, and down on the mat, double leg, lower lift. Inhale, lower your legs with a point, exhale, flex and lift. Inhale, lower with a point, exhale, flex and lift. Inhale, and exhale. You don't want to go so far down that you're feeling your shoulders roll forward and your neck clench. So only go as far down as you can keep it in your ab muscles. 2 more. Inhale and exhale. Last time. Good. Hug the knees into the chest. The last one is crisscross. So for those of you who don't curl up, this is one where we do curl up. So you can just take a twist stretch and take a break. For crisscross, you want to think of drawing a great big X on your belly from your right rib to your opposite hip, left rib to opposite hip. And you're going to rotate your rib cage to cross your body to the opposite knee that's bent in. So when you're ready, you're going to exhale, curl up, bring your right leg into tabletop, hands behind the head, left leg out long. So we're going to cross our rib cage towards that right thigh. Inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale, inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. 3 more sets at your own pace. And remember to breathe. Last set. Inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale, and relax. Go ahead. This is where we pause and stretch. So you can just do a twist stretch with your arms out to the sides and take a twist. If you want to flip over onto your belly and stretch out your abdominals, you can do that. But just take about 30 seconds here to just do what your body needs. And remember to keep breathing. You want to breathe, maybe even breathe into the belly to elicit that relaxation response. So remembering to breathe down more into the belly now than what we do during our Pilates practice. Good, just a couple more seconds here. Breathing, doing what's feeling good for you. We're going to meet seated. So we're going to sit up on our mats. So if you need to prop yourself up on a pillow or some blankets, that would be the time because we want to be right up on our sits bones now. So you're going to sit with your legs mat width apart. And again, you want to be right up on those sits bones, nice and tall for spine stretch forward. So arms are forward, shoulders are down. On your inhale, you're going to imagine you're sitting against a wall. You're going to peel your spine away from that wall, one vertebra at a time. And as you exhale, you're going to scoop your belly and stack your spine back up, trying to be a little taller up that wall than how you began. Inhale, breathing into the sides of the ribs and the back of the ribs as you stretch forward. Exhale, scoop the belly and stack the spine up nice and tall. And again, inhale, peeling the spine forward. Exhale, scooping the abs and stacking the spine back up. And again, inhale, spine stretching forward. Exhale, scooping back up. One more time, inhale, the spine stretches forward, but a little change here. Go ahead and relax your arms down and point your toes. Good, keep the shoulders away from the ears here, and we're stretching the hamstrings, but we're getting ready for an open leg rocker position. From here, you're gonna curl your tail under and try to get a deeper scoop in your belly. So shoulders are down, crown of the head is still stretching forward, but the belly is really drawing back. And you're trying to curl your tail and your sitting bones underneath you. And we're going to try to find a similar position seated. So go ahead and bend your knees. If you're stacked up on some props, you want to take them out from under you right now. And you're still having your legs mat width apart, but they're bent now. So this is just like rolling like a ball. It's just our legs are in a different position. So I'm going to give you a couple options here. So grabbing behind your hamstrings, go ahead and curl your tail under so you're at the back of your hips, just like when we performed rolling like a ball. And then you're going to walk those feet in, like still keep the mat width apart and bring your right leg up and bring your left leg up. Now, you're more than welcome to stay here. This is option 1. Option 2 is to try to stretch your legs straight. Option 3 is trying to do what we were just doing on the floor and have your arms where they were when you were stretching forward on the floor. So keep stretching the crown of your head up to the ceiling, curling your tail under, picking your position, 1, 2, or 3, picking what's working for you. You're more than welcome to stay here for 5 breaths, or if you're ready, you can rock back and forward. You're going to inhale, rock back. Exhale, come up and balance. Inhale, rocking back. Coming up and balance. So just kind of have fun with it. Sometimes we just have to try it. It's not about perfection. It's about just trying to do it. 2 more. Last time. And relax. Take a stretch. Whether you have your legs straight out in front of you or do a soles of the feet together, knees out to the sides. And then let's meet for saw. You might want to sit back up on your props, legs out in a wider straddle with your feet flexed, arms out to the sides. We're going to inhale and go to our right first. So you're going to inhale to the right, exhale, saw. Inhale, stack the spine up, and exhale, come to center. Inhale, twist, and exhale, saw. Inhale, stack the spine up, and exhale, come to center. So this is a lot like spine stretch forward, just on the diagonal. Inhale to twist. Exhale, spine stretch forward, sawing off that pinky toe. Inhale, stack the spine up. Exhale, come to center. Inhale, twist. Exhale, spine stretch forward, saw. Inhale, stack up. Exhale, one more time each side. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, stack up. Exhale, come to center. One more time. Inhale, twist. And exhale, saw. Inhale, stack the spine up. And exhale, come to center and relax. We're going to come on to our stomachs. So go ahead and lie on your stomach. You're going to stack your forehead on top of your hands for breaststroke. So coming down, since we did a couple seated exercises where we were bent at our hips, go ahead and stretch those legs out long. And for these first 2 exercises, we're going to want to keep those legs down. So make sure the legs stay grounded. Practice a couple breaths here. Inhaling through the nose. And as you exhale, think of drawing those abdominals up. So inhaling through the nose And exhaling, drawing those abdominals up behind your belly button. So it's not just about pulling your belly to your spine, it's about drawing those abdominals up your spine or up behind that belly button. Here we go for the breaststroke. Inhale, hover your head. Exhale, scoop your abs. Inhale, reach your arms forward. Exhale, reach your arms back. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, from your back, circle. Inhale, stretch. From those shoulder blades, circle the arms. Inhale, reach. And exhale, circle. Inhale, reach. And exhale, circle. 3 more. Inhale. Keep breathing. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale, scooping those abs. 1 more time. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Go ahead and relax down on your belly, or if you need to take a child's pose, go ahead and sit back in a child's pose for 3 breaths. Whether you're lying on your stomach or in child's pose, take those breaths into your belly. We're going to meet again, back out on our mats, on our stomachs. This time, you're going to bring your arms into a W with your elbows close to your side and your hands out a little wider than your elbows. Head hovering above the mat for swan. You're going to inhale, hover the head, stretch the breastbone forward, pull the shoulder blades down the back, and try to curl in your thoracic spine. And then exhale, come back down. So we don't want to throw this into the lower back. We're trying to strengthen our upper back. Inhale, hover, reach your breastbone forward, pull those shoulder blades down your back. You're trying to curl in your thoracic spine. And then exhale. It's like a rolling pin, rolling up your spine as you come back down. Now, if you have a practice where you have a larger range of motion, go ahead and do that. Inhale, hover. Lengthen your breastbone forward, shoulders down, thinking of stretching out your abdominals, and then exhale. It's like a rolling pin, rolling up your spine as you come back down. Inhale, hover. Lengthen your breastbone forward, pull those shoulder blades down the back as you stretch out your abdominals, and exhale, slowly coming back down like a rolling pin, rolling up your spine, getting you taller. Inhale, 1 more time, coming up, and exhale, coming down. Nice work. Let's stay here and take a quad stretch. You're going to bring your legs a little closer together. If you do need a child's pose, go ahead and take it. But you're going to bend one knee in, reach back and grab it. Try to keep your hips square. And it's not about pulling your heel into your seat. You're actually trying to push your foot into your hand and stretch the front of your thigh. Stay there for a couple breaths. And then when you're ready, you're going to switch. Now, if you need to stay in this stretch a little longer, go ahead and do it. But remember, try to keep your hips square on the mat. And it's not about pulling your heel into your seat. It's about pushing your foot into your hand, which stretches that quadricep a little more. And just take some deep breaths here. And release. Everyone go back into a child's pose. Big toes together, knees apart. Walk your hands to the right side of your mat and just get a side body stretch here. And go ahead, walk your hands to the other side of your mat and take a couple breaths there. And then come back to center and come up to a kneeling position. We're just going to do, it's more of a reformer exercise. It's called thigh stretch. So if you have a hard time kneeling, you can just do another stretch right now, maybe take a longer child's pose. But otherwise, you're going to try to kneel up nice and tall. We're not going to bend at our lower back like we were just kind of practicing extension with breaststroke and swan. We're going to try to keep our neutral position, everything stacked up. Arms forward, shoulder blades down, core muscles are toned, so you're thinking of keeping that lift of those abdominals. You're going to inhale, prepare. Exhale, and hinge at your knees. Inhale, come back up. Now, if your feet are cramping, it's because they don't like this position. So, you could modify by tucking, but then you're not teaching those muscles that it's okay to be in more of a pointed position. So I promise if you keep practicing this, it'll get easier, okay? Inhale, prepare. Exhale and hinge. Feeling your ankles draw down towards the mat. Come back up. And exhale, hinge. Feeling that lift of the belly. Shoulder blades stay down. Inhale. 2 more. Exhale, hinge. And coming back up. 1 more time. Exhale, hinge. And come back up. Good. We're going to do some side kneeling. So kneeling or side leg work kneeling. So you're going to come up to a kneeling position. You're going to reach your leg out to the side, arms out to the side, shoulders down. It's trying to stay as long and as straight as possible so that you're not in forward head posture, rounding forward or overarching your back. Try to stay between 2 panes of glass. Inhale, going over, lightly touching your hand down. Exhale, belly to the spine, stretch up and over, just getting some obliques in there. Inhale, lightly touching the mat. Exhale, up and over. 1 more time, inhale. And exhale. Now this next time we're going to go over and you're going to place your hand on your mat. You can do a jazz hand. I tend to like to do a fist on the mat. And you don't want it right next to your knee. You want it a little further out with your shoulder down. You're going to bring your other hand to your hip. You're going to flex your foot and really reach energy out through your heel as you exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. 3. Keep breathing. Keep thinking about your Pilates breath. And think of your head, neck, and shoulders being in alignment. 2 more. Hold it up there. Point your foot, little circles. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Relax it down. Reach the arm up. It's like someone's helping you from above to get you up and over. Switching sides. Sometimes the transition from one knee to the other is the hardest. Just remember your head, neck, and shoulder posture as you go through this work that you don't start to round forward. So keep bringing your awareness back to your head, neck, and shoulders. Arms out to the sides. Inhale, lightly touching the mat. Exhale, stretching up and over. Noticing that this is a different side. It might be easier. It might be more difficult. We're not as symmetrical as we would like to be. 1 more time. Inhale. And exhale. This time you get to stay there. Remember, you get to do a jazz hand or a fist on the ground. And bring your other hand to your hip. Flex your foot. Let's do it. Exhale, lift 1. And exhale, lift 2. And 3. And 4. And 5. 6. And 7. 8. And hold it up there. Point the foot and circle of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're small. 6, 7, 8. Reverse. 8, 7. Breathe. 6, 5, 4. Keep breathing. 3, 2, and 1. Set it down. Reach the arm up. It's like someone's helping you from above to stretch all the way up and over. Good. Let's come to a seated position on your mat. Working on our teaser. So, on the last video, we did a variation of teaser, which was more geared towards the obliques. Today, it's going to be a little more like the teaser, but still another variation. So, arms forward, going into that rolling like a ball position, or open like rocker position. Roll to the back of the hips, walk the feet in, bring one leg into tabletop, bring the other leg into tabletop. You're more than welcome to keep your arms forward. If you need a little support, grab behind those legs. We're going to roll down. Inhale. Exhale. Scoop the belly. Curl the tail under and slowly roll all the way down to the mat. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale. Nod your chin to your chest and curl back up to that balanced position. Again, you can keep your hands behind you for support if you need it. Inhale. Exhale. Scoop the belly. Curl the tail under, slowly rolling down. Inhale. Exhale, curling back up. Using those abs, slow and controlled. 2 more. Exhale. Inhale at the bottom. And exhale. Squeeze those inner thighs. It will help you with your stability. One more time, exhale. Inhale and exhale. Balancing at the top. Go ahead, cross your ankles, move right into a plank. So option 1 is to be on your hands and knees. Option 2 is to be on your hands and feet. Option 3 is elbows and feet. So it's whatever works for your body. Just make sure that you don't drop those hips too low. Also, more happens when you're on your hands. You don't want to drop those shoulders. You want to keep that rib cage lifted. And you're going to stay there as long as you can. So just take a couple breaths and breathe and hold your plank, your version of plank. When you finish, move into a child's pose. So just continue to breathe. If you happen to have a mirror, check yourself out in the mirror to check your posture. Where's your pelvis? Where's your rib cage? Where's your head, neck, and shoulders? You want your head to be, think if you're in your car, bringing your head back against the headrest of your car, that's where you want the back of your head to be. Good. If you haven't come into child's pose, go ahead and find your child's pose position. Take a couple breaths there. And we're going to come up to a standing position. So, from your child's pose position, come up to kneeling. Bring your favorite foot forward and stand up. And you're going to walk to the back of your mat. You're going to have your feet, let's have the feet about fist width apart. So a little more narrow than shoulder distance or hip distance. You're going to inhale, stretch your arms up to the ceiling, and don't feel like you're forward into your toes. Really make sure you're in your heels as well, so heels and balls of feet. From here, you're going to slowly roll down through your spine, one vertebra at a time, and take a moment to just hang here. A lot of us are probably having a lot of tension in our head, neck, and shoulders, so make sure you soften your knees and really let your head relax. You can even grab on your elbows if you need to. Otherwise, just let those arms dangle. Really drop your head. Now, from here, you're more than welcome to stay in forward fold. But if you can walk out into that plank position, starting with your right hand, you're going to walk out in 3 to 4 hand walks into your plank. And if you do push-ups, go ahead and do them. Otherwise, you can just hold the plank for 3 breaths. After your 3rd breath, you're going to inhale, lift your hips high to the sky, let that head hang, walk back with that right hand. And then come back into that hanging position, that forward fold, and then curl the tail under and stack all the way up. So please hear that I'm trying to give you guys different options. So if you don't want to walk out to plank, you can just hold that forward fold position. We're going to do it one more time. Inhale, reach the arms up. Again, make sure you're grounded in your feet. I felt when I reached my arms up, it was forward in my toes. And so you want to ground through the whole foot. Exhale, roll down. And really allow yourself to let your head relax here. Let it go. Soften those knees if your hands aren't on the floor. We don't want to be bent in our back. We want to try to be creased at the front of our hip once we get here. And then leading with your left hand this time, you're going to walk out in 3 to 4 walks. If you have that plank or push-up practice in your routine, and just take some deep breaths. 3 breaths. And then on your inhale, you're going to lift your hips up high, and you're going to walk back with that left hand and find that hanging position. And then slowly, before you round up, make sure those feet are grounded, those heels are grounded, and you're going to slowly stack the spine up. And once you get your spine stacked, with a soft gaze or your eyes closed, really feel your feet grounded. Soften your knees, soften your shoulders, feel your head right on top of your shoulders, right on top of your spine. And just breathe here, taking a moment, again with a soft gaze, your eyes closed, feeling your feet rooting into your mat, making sure you're not all in your toes or all in your heels or all in your right or left, really trying to feel symmetry, even though you might feel a little wobbly, that's just fine. Knees are soft, try to relax the muscles in your legs and in your glutes, and just come back to your breath. Start to wiggle your fingers and your toes, slowly open your eyes and stretch your arms up and just reach up through the right and the left side body, stretching through both sides. And then as we finish today, you're going to circle those wrists. When you get about halfway, reverse the circles and come all the way back down. Thank you so much for joining me today. I miss you guys who come to my class regularly, but I'm thinking about you and sending much gratitude to everyone in my class and everyone who joined me today online. I hope to see you soon.